because it's two things you have to press. And we are live after SmackDown Live, and I am here with the wonderful Andrew M. Swift.
Good evening.
Oh, yes. And we're going to talk about, to start off the show, we're going to do our little Raw recap. Yeah, because I paused because I have to admit, I'm going to, full disclosure, I stopped watching in the middle of the opening segment. Soon as Roman Reigns came out, started cracking them John Cena jokes, I was like, okay, Love and Hip Hop Hollywood is on, and they have better writing and tighter kayfabe. So let me just switch over to I YouTubed it. Hey, this is not live after Raw. This is live after SmackDown.
This is true.
I watched every minute of SmackDown Live, but we are going to talk about a little bit about Raw and how we both thought that the WWE was just going to give us a little tease of the demon, which I would have greatly appreciated a demon tease. You know, like when Seth was in the ring and the lights flashed, and they could even had like a stand-in, like somebody in a ratty wig or something to sit on the turnbuckle and the lights flash on. Then the lights flash back off. And then Seth's looking scared. Yeah. And then they play the music and Finn Balor comes out plain face like, you're scared. Now I want them to build up Finn Balor the man without all the hokey dokey. While in NXT, no, there is absolutely no difference between this man when he gets painted up, except for he's painted up. So I've already said I don't want him to get all hokey and corny. Well, but how do you feel?
He wins more often when he's painted up. That's a that's a difference. I think Gino always called it a spoiler. The paint is a spoiler because it's like he's guaranteed to win. Although I guess he lost to Samoa Joe in that terrible cage match at the end. I mean, we were both talking about it. We figured there was no actual way that they would actually show Finn come out as the demon, do a super long entrance in a crowd that doesn't really know what's going on, and the camera work is terrible, is not catching it at all as they should be.
Production, like for a professional company that puts on shows, year round, week after week, they sucked at Finn Balor's entrance. And
you would think that with how much practice and experience and how many fucking shows this company runs, that they would have like the best production out of like any major entertainment industry or whatever. But it's mediocre at best, you know? And I mean, Kevin Dunn, again, not very good at his job, but holy shit, it makes so much difference the way you present things, and the way they presented Finn and showed him off was just like, oh, cool, this is kind of a guy here, you know? Yeah,
and it wasn't even to me like, oh, we'll do it in Brooklyn and you'll get a big ovation. My whole thing is like, Finn's already over in Brooklyn. I don't even think he needed the makeup then. Like, I'm just keep thinking about the rumors that Vince loves the demon and how he crawls out and is reminiscent of the boogeyman. And it's just like, Vince is not in building up a star. He just wants a cool entrance and to sell some merch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And this is the guy to do it with. Yeah. And he doesn't necessarily have to be a winner to do it with it, or the face of your company. Or, you know, it's kind of disappointing to me. Like, to go into the Finn Balor mythology, with which they did last week, I kind of like that.
That was
but
interesting.
If you build his character more, and then you work up to like, but I don't think Seth Rollins is a big enough challenge that, like, if he beat Roman Reigns with no paint, I don't know why he needs paint to beat Seth Rollins. I'm just being honest, and that's not me being like the Roman Reigns mark or something, but it's not a big. I would want it to be something a little bit more epic. And considering like they're going to start switching pay-per-views, I think they could have held off at least until the Royal Rumble. I would have been pushing for WrestleMania to have him have that big thing. Not even do it, but like, well, we're going to go that long without seeing the Demon. Yes. And I'm not going to call him the Demon King.
But please don't.
It's not because, like, oh, that's a sucky name. It's because of my southern accent. And it's too close to the Demon Kane. So I'm just not going to go there. Because I'm like, saying Demon King or Demon Kane. So,
unbelievably stupid. Like, I don't know why.
They had to add King.
The Demon was fine. Why did they add King to it? Like,
he doesn't need to be a king unless they're going to turn him heel. Which is, I was like, kings are usually bad.
Maybe they're signaling that they're bringing back King of the Ring and Finn's going to win King of the Ring. I don't fucking know. This company. What a stupid show.
Everybody's hyped for Seth Rollins and Finn Balor, and it's like the boredest, blandest, driest. Seth being a thespian.
Oh my god! I actually, you know what? I pop when Seth is clearly doing his dumb Shakespearean, like the whole when he did his promo in an empty arena. It was so stupid. It was unbelievably dumb, but it honestly killed me. Like it was, and that was not what they were trying to do. Because literally the whole time I was just laughing about how Seth was like, I'm going to seem important and dignified and have a rarefied air. In reality, I'm just a fucking dumbass from Buffalo, Iowa. I think that's right, Buffalo, Iowa.
Jesus.
Built from Davenport. Yeah, it's so funny that the main event program and what I think is going to be the main event of SummerSlam, Finn, Seth, has been pretty boring, to be honest. Like, that's not been interesting at all.
No,
versus
it really
the world title feud on SmackDown.
Yes, indeed.
How about
Which
this
is
shit?
very interesting.
How about this shit going on? I'm blown away so far.
Right. Let's get into the meat of that. Okay. Yeah. SmackDown started with Miz TV. Ambrose and Dolph Ziggler slated to be the guest. And, you know, of course, there's going to be... Miz was wonderful in his role. I can't even go on and on. Like, keep the Miz forever. As long as he can talk and come out there and wear their silly outfit. And, you know, he's going to update it and tweak it, but he's doing really good work.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah,
Dean.
You didn't watch Talking Smack, but Daniel Bryan said, "I hope we never do another Miz TV segment ever." He's just it is appropriate, which would pop me really big. But anyway, sorry, I had to get that.
Okay, so Dean continues to talk down to Dolph. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, Dolph is the little engine that could. And Dean is standing over, like, he's like, well, isn't that cute? But you're not gonna beat me.
Yeah, you're not
really.
Shit.
Yeah, and Dolph showed a lot of fire and passion, and I liked that the super kick out of nowhere segment. I really like that because Dean deserves that.
Yeah.
Because you underestimate. That's what happens when you're like. You think you have somebody's number.
Yeah.
And you underestimate them. You're like, oh, I got this. And next thing you know, you're flat on your back looking up at the lights. That was a great segment.
Yeah, Dean has both had that little edge as champ, but it's also coming across as a little overconfident, a little too arrogant, you know? Mm-hmm. And like in that super kick there showed that can backfire a little bit on him and he needs to watch that. So that's a nice little wrinkle because everyone's just been like, oh yeah, Dean's great or whatever, and he looks good and badass or whatever, but it's also hinting at a flaw, which is nice. And you know, when Dolph was like getting into it, when he was like yelling, I was like, all right, this is good. This is all right. You know, Dolph's showing some fire. And then he kept doing like, one more move. And I'm like, all right, this is kind of shitty now. Like, this is getting really annoying. And then he fucking super kicked him. I was like, oh, you got me. You played that so perfectly. Like he was doing it to Dean, obviously, but he was also doing it to the audience at large. And I was like, oh, all right, Dolph.
I was not expecting that. I
was not expecting that at all. That was really good. I'm rooting for Dolph at Park Place. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell anybody.
It's to me, it's the best, like pure, straight up feud heading into SummerSlam. I like the story. I actually don't want.
That's the best program.
I wouldn't mind something happening. Retains, but they can get to continue this program because as it is, it's fleshing out to be something really neat.
It's been really good. Yeah.
Yes, I like it. I like it so far. So we're gonna go.
Yeah, and remember in my review, I shit all over this when Dolph pinned AJ Styles, and then the next week as well. And people are getting on my case a little bit. But you know what? WWE for once. Very rare occasion, but sometimes they do it. They show that they can actually put together something compelling, even when the expectation is that it's going to be bad, you know, and not just like it's good because of low expectations, but it's legitimately good. And it's nice that they can still do that. I just don't understand why it's only like so infrequent.
Yeah, it's not consistent. So we can talk about just a little bit. Apollo Crews is not important enough
to
be a TV spot segment during the commercial. So that tells you exactly where we are with Apollo Crews and whatever is happening in the Intercontinental title. I mean, we don't even have to talk about much more.
That's so funny. You know what?
The commercial.
A year ago, during a fucking commercial, that killed me. When they came back, they're like, during the commercial, Apollo Crews came out. I was like, wow. That's
right.
Watch them put the belt on him now after doing that.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. How stupid would that be? It's so funny that
like in 2 months there'll be rumors like Vince McMahon's not happy with how not over Apollo Crews is.
Right? What a fucking surprise!
Really?
Yeah, you're right, Drew. It is Apollo Creed. I'm sorry, Drew. It was. It's funny that a year ago, Crews debuted at TakeOver Brooklyn, and like some people knew about him, but like others didn't.
Was it a year ago? Wait, stop the
presses. It was a year ago. Yeah.
Hold the phone.
Yeah.
You mean this man has been on WWE TV for a full year, and
he's done.
All I know about him is that he's from Stone Mountain, Georgia, and he's happy to be here.
He's happy to be here. That's literally all we know.
Happy to be here. That's all I know about this.
That's literally it.
Shame. You know what? I know more about Baron Corbin. I know at least.
I'm so happy. I was about to go into Baron Corbin. Oh my God.
I know Baron Corbin is a menace and a danger to society. And if Kalisto press charges, dude, like how many times is he gonna get you from behind before you? Did you see it? I'm amazed.
I tell you what, as soon as they cut, they came right back from commercial. They showed Kalisto getting his head pressed up against the wall, and I was just like, "Oh God damn it, Tonya!" The only thing I can think about.
He's relentless. He's a cold-hearted sexual predator, Baron Corbin. He said he is going to do it whenever he wants, however many times. Kalisto was in a heap, crying. I wanted to give him a blanket and tell him it was gonna be okay.
Oh shit! Oh God! Yeah, we know Baron Corbin is a serial sexual assaulter, and he also hates independent wrestlers and independent wrestling.
Even though he doesn't know, he doesn't watch it. He just doesn't like them.
I hope Baron Corbin shows up at the Evolve show on Saturday in Brooklyn. Oh my God, I would pop for that so big. It's not going to happen, but they need to do that.
It
That'd
would
be
be
amazing.
nice. That would be a nice
That'd
little
be
nugget.
incredible. That'd be a
And
nice
then
little bit.
and he should constantly refer to the places like Ring of Honor or New Japan. He should not know that he is
No, absolutely not. He should call it Shimmer. I hope he calls it Shimmer.
Now, come on, that's too far. We all know.
That's too far. Shimmer doesn't exist.
Shimmer does not exist.
Shimmer does not exist. It's not a thing. I know.
Okay, let's try to cover the big angles first. Heath Slater. Heath Slater continues to be a joy in a gym, and I'm gonna get on Gino a little bit because he's had all the praise for Brock. Like Brock did anything different in that segment. Then did he actually say shit on? Did they beep it? Did he say shit on camera? Because I didn't watch.
No, they blanked it out. They didn't beep it. They just cut the sound. Yeah.
Oh, edgy. He doesn't give up. You know what?
About your kids.
He doesn't give a shit about Heath Slater's kids. He doesn't give a shit about the fans. Doesn't give a shit about WWE. Doesn't give a shit about anybody but himself. But you know, go ahead and mark out for the guy. He don't give a shit if you're doing that.
Yeah, right? Seriously.
As long as he gets paid, he doesn't give a shit if he has a good performance. So why should I give a shit? So Heath Slater deserved all. I didn't watch that segment, but I know. Because I know the type of performer Heath Slater is. He's a way better performer than Brock is. He is.
Well,
Write it down.
The thing about that segment is Heyman and Brock came out, and it was like, God damn it, Heyman's going to talk. And he's just talk, doing his dumb Heyman shit now. And Heath's music hit, and I was just like, thank fucking God. Heath Slater is saving the show right now. And he did. He brought it. Everything Heath did in that segment was great. From Heyman being like, are you trying to be a Paul Heyman guy? And Heath's like, no. I'm trying to fight one-on-one with Brock Lesnar. Oh, man. And then afterwards, after Heath gets thrown away, then Heyman talked for 10 more minutes and ruined it. So, yeah, I don't...
Did.
Yeah,
so
it was awful. It was terrible.
I didn't even YouTube that segment because Brock doesn't care if I watch, so I'm not going to watch.
No, he doesn't give a shit. Don't give him your YouTube
so
clicks.
Let's go tonight. I liked the edge that Randy Orton showed. You know, I get it. And I didn't even feel bad because, like, people are like, well, what's the point? What's next for Heath? You think that man cares? Like, for real, he's getting paid and he's getting TV time. And that's all that matters. He is there to entertain us. That's what Heath is. You can feel. I didn't feel guilty at all about what Randy was doing.
Oh,
and I enjoyed it. Exactly. And that's Heath's role. And thank God bless him for that. Because, like, he's just so valuable for entertainment sake, and he's funny. And I know they're gonna have to end this soon, but I'm gonna be sad when it ends.
I hope they never end it. I hope it goes on forever.
I'm gonna be sad. But when they end it, he's so smart. He's just gonna come up with another angle to get on TV. He's gonna, like, it's gonna take a lot. He might be with that company longer than, you know, some of the guys who are, big deals and big stars or whatever. He might still be there because he's very smart.
Yeah, it's a role that, like, anyone can play, but very few people can play well. And and Heath has just been knocking it out. He's honestly, like, one of the most entertaining things in all of WWE right now, and I'm including NXT, the Cruiserweight Classic, and Daniel Bryan on Talking Smack in that. So that's a pretty lofty bar sitting there. He's doing some great work, and I hope this angle never ends, because then it becomes like a shoot that, like, his kids need him faking not having a contract so he can be on the show. But if he gets a contract, then he won't, like, ever be on the show that much, and so he'll get paid less, and it'll hurt his kids. So I hope this angle continues forever for Heath Slater, who should be fucking running for president.
Okay, let's get to the women, because SmackDown women, I'm telling you, when it first happened and they drafted, the title wasn't there, and everybody's like, well, what are they going to do? Listen. They're telling stories over there, at least. I like what's going on. I liked what they did with Eva Marie. She didn't show up. And okay, before we get into that, Naomi, sweetie, I thought I had acid, or I thought I was having a trip. I was like, am I 19 again? Am I in the club? What's going on? Because it was too much. Her entrance is just overwhelming. The senses. All of it.
Yeah. It's, you know what, as you said back all the way in December on Cageside Live, it's way too extra.
Yeah, it is.
There's way too much going on. Like the remix to her theme, to her bad theme, which is just still bad, and somehow made it worse.
A bad song and make it worse.
It made it worse, which was amazing. And the colors is all the dancing. It's just.
And then the camera, to add on to that, all the neon glowing stuff. The camera is shaking like they're actually in a rave, and I'm like,
yeah,
watching. Oh, I'm gonna get a headache, have a seizure. What the hell? But I did like that. Eva. She's stuck in traffic.
She's delayed.
She apologized. And then she comes out during the tag match. And I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And then I was thinking when she stood out there, I said, Naomi ought to come out after her. And she did.
Yeah.
It never happens, but it did. And it's leading to a match, which at least the women will get some time. I like the tag match. I like that, Eva's tricks didn't work. To try to get the face team to lose and distract them.
Yeah.
And she's booked in the match. I hope she's late. I see whenever this tag match happens, I hope it's ends up being a handicap match. And then Eva Marie shows up at the end. I hope Eva Marie turns the heels into faces. Like, she's the only heel. We all hate Eva. Because, the crowd really doesn't care that much about Naomi. But when Naomi started chasing her, the crowd was like, "Get her!
Get her! Yeah, she's the wicked witch. Get her!"
Right.
Yeah, that was. You didn't see Ava's tweet, did you?
No. What did she say?
Right after the delayed in traffic thing or whatever, she tweeted out something about I'm sorry, hashtag STL, it's the bad weather or something. And I was just like, all right, this is pretty good. It's pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
I popped for that.
Yeah, they're running.
I was kind of, I got a confession to make. I was a little negative Nancy on this in the daily, because it felt like, they're just doing a 6-woman tag, like nothing's going on or whatever, and then Biden showed me the light a little bit, as he usually does. And there are Naomi versus, I guess, Ava, now Becky versus Ava, Carmella versus Natty, Alexa versus Becky. There's some interspersing, conflicts going on there. So it makes sense for the teams to be. It wasn't just Stephanie McMahon showing up and Stephanie McMahon.
Your team, and now you're a team.
And Stephanie McMahon, who right now is getting put over, I'm certain, on the WWE Network on WWE 24, in the Women's Evolution show. But yeah, this the more I thought about it, the better it seemed, because it's they kind of built to this being a 6-person tag instead of just being all right, it's going to be a 6-person tag. So I feel a lot better about it than I did 2 hours ago. I'll say that. And I'm just curious. I'm curious. I hope they get what did the Mania multi-woman tag match get? That got 12 minutes or something, right? I hope this gets I hope this gets 12 minutes too, which would necessitate Charlotte Sasha also getting
on the pre-show
18 minutes.
Pre-show, they run the risk of getting a little bit of time.
Yeah,
they might get some time.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be a pre-show.
I would like to see that. You know what? That would actually make me want to show up for the pre-show and sit through 2 hours of pre-show in Barclays for that. Because you got some good workers in there. You got some good character workers in there. So that could be a lot of fun. And it's funny. It's so funny how after the first week of the brand split, when they do Sasha Charlotte and Sasha wins the title and then cuts the heartfelt promo, and they do the Nia Jax squash, and that's great and everything. And the women on SmackDown, they get all get 8 seconds of talking time and all get interrupted. And then Ava comes out last, and it's like, oh, this doesn't look like it's going to be great. And then the next week, we got Enzo making awful comments to Sasha Banks. And they got a ton of time on Raw, but on SmackDown, it started getting a little bit better. They started introducing it more. So again, people who were criticizing me in my first reviews, you know what? It's fine. The fact that they have showed me that they have a plan of some sort, there is nothing better as a reviewer to shit on something and then be proven wrong. And that's what they've been doing on SmackDown with both the women's angle and the main event angle. So I've been very pleased with the blue brand of late, I'll say.
Yeah, it's. I'm just gonna say this before we move on because we don't have a whole ton to talk about. I got a few points I want to get out, but it seems like I told you in the pre-show, Raw was this week. Oh, what big can we do so people can keep watching for 3 hours? And SmackDown was like, yeah, we're building wrestling angles, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it was nice. Let's talk about the main event, which saw John Cena in a very, very good match versus Alberto Del Rio. Of course, John Cena overcame, as he is wont to do. And after the match, AJ Styles attacked John Cena, and then he had a little promo, you know, saying he's going to be the face of the company, this, that. And Cena was lame. He could have left. He could have left well enough alone, but he had to go back, get him some more. And then he ended up going through an announce table.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Vince could not pass up the chance to have Roman Reigns and John Cena stand tall. He just couldn't. He just could
not. On the go-home shows for SummerSlam.
It had to happen. It had to happen. No matter what happens at SummerSlam, no one can ever take that away from him. But
yeah, that's true.
I'm hyped. I mean, they don't have to do much for Cena Styles though.
Yeah, that's gonna be great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Yeah, the build for that hasn't been like.
AJ's going over.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
If he doesn't, then he just looks like a big dink. Like first he lost to Jericho. Fucking lost to Jericho at Mania. Got punked out by Jericho at Mania. Lost twice to Roman, and then lost to Cena. And then you're starting to make this guy look like, well, he's not in the top tier if he doesn't win this match, I think. And I think they want him in the top tier. So
isn't it like the SmackDown pay-per-view? John Cena's supposed to be.
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, he's not at No Mercy. He's not scheduled. I think
it wouldn't make any sense. It wouldn't make much sense because I'm not gonna say any sense because Vince can find some sense out of nonsense.
Yeah,
but it wouldn't make much sense for Cena to win, and you know it's SummerSlam. That's when Cena comes to lose lately, you know.
Yeah, which
ever since the Nexus, he has to lose at SummerSlam.
Which Daniel Bryan also mentioned on Talking Smack, or actually Cena said like I don't do so well at SummerSlam, and D-Bry put himself over. He's like, hooray me! Fucking Daniel Bryan, he's a national treasure, folks.
He is. Okay, we talk about little tidbits. Ambrose had a match with Eric Rowan, which I liked, but I wanted to point out one thing. Okay, I was watching old Roman Reigns matches from FCW, and I was shocked that this big sumbitch threw a drop kick, cause I've never seen him throw one in the WWE. And it's because somebody told him, hey, you're a big son bitch. You don't have to. I mean, I know you can do that, but you don't have to. So, like, Eric Rowan I know you can do a spinning heel kick, but do you know who I remember used to do that all the time? X-Pac, who is the opposite.
Yeah.
That was one of his signature things. He Irish whip you into the ropes, bam, spinning heel kick, take you out. And like, it's cool to see, but like, you sometimes, like, Brock can do a freaking 450 splash or whatever, or a moonsault, but he doesn't have to do it because he's Brock. So it's like, Rowan, you don't have to do these things, and it's not helping your monster status. Yeah. As a matter of fact, after he lost, looked disappointed and just left him there. But Bray
off,
Bray cannot be disappointed that somebody lost. Come on, that's the pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah, seriously. Come on,
maybe
Bray.
He was thinking, I gotta go to the drawing board.
I gotta start over. Shit is not working for me. I've lost every big match I've been in, except somehow I beat Daniel Bryan once. Yeah.
Right.
You know what? The whole time I was just like, I don't care at all about the Rowan Ambrose match. I wrote like
I thought it was
20 words about
solid
it,
little
folks.
match.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I had nothing in it for me. But when the camera turned to Wyatt with his back turned, I was like, oh, thank God. Like anything to freshen up like the Wyatts or Bray Wyatt is anything. Like, please. Turn him babyface. Remember when he was babyface hot tag and it was fucking fire?
Yeah, but see, the thing about that is that, well, I guess after SummerSlam, AJ Styles will be the number one heel. Yeah. And then I suppose The Miz. But I would think they would keep him a heel right now because, you know, maybe they keep Dean and Dolph face. I don't know. It's not a lot of deaths. That's why I do think I would suggest a trade.
Yeah.
I would suggest a trade. Like, seriously. Because
you know what would be great?
You
know what would be great for SummerSlam is a program for the Intercontinental Championship between The Miz and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn was not on the SummerSlam card.
Yeah. That's why I was like, that was one of the things that about the draft that I criticized heavily. That still makes sense. If Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens on the same show, they shouldn't be.
Yeah, they should have been split up. There was no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it.
Kurt Hawkins, I don't remember him, but
I don't know who that guy is. Like, I literally don't.
You know who he is? He's got to be like Chuck Norris's grandson or something, because that's his gimmick. Because they were like, he can slam a revolving door and all these outrageous claims of impossible feats that he makes possible. And like, I heard, you know, Chuck Norris, you know, when you punch him or something, there's another fist that comes out, or he doesn't, the famous one I know is he doesn't do push-ups. He pushes the ground down or some stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's what that reminded me of. I vaguely remember him watching a little bit of Edge. He and Zack Ryder were like Edge clones. But I don't like recall much about him. So
yeah, I've never seen the guy before, to be totally honest. So Shelton got hurt, or Benjamin Shelton got hurt. So they had to bring in some other guy. And I guess Kurt Hawkins was the guy that
yeah. I forgot about this because the 12-man tag.
The 12-man tag, yeah, I'm gonna shit on that.
You watch Adult Swim, have you ever seen this thing called Too Many Cooks?
I have not seen Too Many Cooks. No, I have not.
Well, you should like Google it. It's hilarious. And sometimes when WWE has these matches and it's more than like That song keeps going in my head over. Too many cooks, too many cooks. I can't keep up with 12 people and who's on this team. Where is the tag?
Yeah.
And it turns into a fuster cluck.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. Well, the worst part about this match was, like, it started off or whatever, and people doing quick tags, you know, all that jazz. It was like, all right, this is happening. They're just using time and getting, like, everyone in the division on the show, basically, is what they're doing. But they had the bit where, like, everyone gets in the ring and stands off and fights and brawls or whatever, and then they cut to commercial, right? And then when they cut back to commercial, everyone is on the outside, like, selling death. And, like, Aiden English and, I don't know, Zack Ryder or Mojo or someone else are, like, in the ring. And I was just like, we just missed, like, the entirety of this tag match during this commercial break. They did, like, the entire Heat segment where everyone gets, like, probably takes big shots and gets dumped outside. Like, we saw none of that. And I was just like, wow, it's kind of impressive that they literally skipped over that entire thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that was a bad part of this show. I mean, at least
to give American Alpha a win.
Yeah, at least Alpha looked good again. They gave him a win, so they're clearly, you know, saying like, all right, the Alpha are the stars here.
I don't know if whoever's writing the show is aware, but those guys can talk. They have personality.
Yeah, they're
and
good
I'd
talkers.
like to see it. Yeah, they're very good wrestlers, but I'd also like to see it.
So
Can
sick.
We get that, please?
It's sick, bro.
It's so
sick, bro. So sick, bro.
Ready? Willie, you say it.
Willie,
no,
you say it. You say
let's say it again.
You say it. Say my name. Say my name. I think he said say my name once. It was just like, oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, those guys are great. We need to see more talking with them. You know what I would still like to see on SmackDown is more backstage stuff. Like, the only backstage stuff we've been getting really is like Daniel Bryan and Shane doing things, and then, like, you know, people will show up during that, like Orton tonight and Heath Slater tonight and whatever, and then, you know, Keith with the contract bit, and Baron Corbin doing his thing. Baron Corbin doing his thing. But I'm
and then the camera always finds them first.
Yeah, what's going on?
Cameraman.
Here's the question. Why is the cameraman filming it and not going to get help?
Helping. Right. Call the authorities. You're witnessing
the cameraman
a crime.
Is an accomplice to this crime.
Right. Like, we don't know. The cameraman could be like, hey, Baron, he's over here. He's over here.
Yeah, we don't know. The cameraman's probably setting all this shit up. There's the real heel in all this.
That's the real.
Yeah, but I'd like to see more of the new folks get some more talking time with with Renee, like they did Carmella with Renee, and then Natty interrupted. But I'd like to see Alexa and Alpha both get a lot more talking time because they're both really, really good characters. A lot of good characters.
So that's pretty much the whole show. I just wanted to say, because I wanted to just do a little rundown of SummerSlam's card and what we think about it. Okay. I just really wanted to say, though, WWE, something. If it was not for you, I would not know Flo Rida was still making music. Stop it. Cut it out. Nobody cares. Stop putting this man on every other pay-per-view. Flo Rida. Does he work for the company?
Welcome to my house. Dun-dun. I don't know the rest of the words.
It's like he is slated. He is going to have a WrestleMania theme next year. Watch.
Oh,
for no reason. He doesn't even have to earn it. He's already got one. Like, if Vince all of a sudden really into Flo Rida, and like, couldn't you have picked Kendrick Lamar or somebody Flo Rida out of all the rappers?
Right.
Drake. Jesus.
Yeah, get Drake. That'd be huge.
Flo Rida? Florida.
Did you just call them Slow Rider? Because I hope you did.
Slow Rider, Florida. Terrible rapper is what his name should be.
He got beat by Bo fucking Dallas in a rap battle. All right.
Thank you.
He got beat by Bo Dallas.
He's a no. He should no.
No.
Okay. SummerSlam. Okay, so we got what you think. I think that Brock and Randy Orton might close the show.
God, I hope not.
I want to see that match simply because I think Randy Orton's come back. I've been marking out for the guy. Like, I don't know what's going on with me. Like, John Cena and Randy Orton are people I can't wait to see now. What the hell?
What has happened? That's the most 2016 thing ever. We're like, why can't we get a Cena Orton feud? Shit, that sounds lit. That sounds awesome. All right.
But okay, so we got Finn Balor. We just do quick predictions, right? Quick.
All right,
Quick.
okay.
Finn Balor and Seth Rollins. Who do you have?
I got Finn.
I have Finn as well, but it's probably going to be Seth Rollins. Brock versus Orton. Brock's going to win.
Yeah, I feel like If it goes on last as the main event, I think Orton wins. I'll say that. Otherwise, Brock's winning.
Okay. Dean Ambrose and Dolph Ziggler. I got Dean Ambrose.
I think Dean's gonna win, but I am absolutely gonna be pulling for Dolph Ziggler, and I cannot believe I just said that.
I'm gonna be pulling for Dolph too. He's done some great work.
He's done some good stuff.
Fuck it. Yeah, fuck it. You go, make yourself famous, kid. Climb the ladder, make yourself famous.
There you go.
Anyway, John Cena, AJ Styles. I got AJ Styles.
Yeah, Styles for sure.
Okay. Roman Reigns and Rusev. I got Rusev.
You know what? I think
Roman's going back in the main event. That's why I have Rusev.
Rusev is going to beat him. Is Roman all right? If Rusev wins, does Roman tap out or pass out in the accolade or something?
He's gonna Rusev might cheat or some little foul stuff, low blow, and Roman is not gonna be a visual tap, but he'll pass out in the accolade.
Lana will get back at Roman for stealing her honor or some shit and distract.
Lana deserves it. I would if Lana slapped the taste out of his mouth. Do you know how big I'm gonna pop?
You'd be all about it.
Yes.
There's no doubt.
Okay. And Apollo Crews. I got the Miz.
I got the Miz. Yeah, Crews. No. If they put the belt on him, it's just gonna be like I hope Barclays don't let me down, guys. Maybe I'll try to start a chant for the Miz because I'm a smarky fuck like that, but I don't care.
You might get cheated. He's been doing good work. But I don't know. The Club versus the New Day. I got the Club.
Club, yeah. New Day, SummerSlam to SummerSlam tag title reign.
Yeah, it's about time.
Yeah.
Sasha and Charlotte. I have Charlotte.
Okay, it's interesting that we agree on this. This is a shoot, folks. I opened up an online gambling account on an online betting site and put money on Charlotte on this match because the odds are so heavily in Sasha Banks's favor that I figured I'd make an emotional cover bet that in case Charlotte wins, then my pain is lessened by winning some money off of it. So I'm going with Charlotte, folks.
Okay, so who have we neglected?
What else is on
Who's having a match? I went title matches. SmackDown women. I am going to go for Eva Marie's team.
Do you think she gets the? Do you think she gets the pin?
She's gonna get the pin without doing a goddamn thing.
Alexa's gonna hit like Sparkle Splash or some shit, and Ava's gonna come in and like throw her off and take the pin or some shit. Do a blind tag somehow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like do a blind tag when Alexa's like on the top rope. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Okay, realest guys and KO and Chris Jericho. I got the realest guys because I think
that
KO and Jericho are going into a program together.
Yeah.
After SummerSlam.
I think so. I'd go with realest guys too.
Sheamus and Cesaro.
Are they on the card? Are they actually on the card?
I think they. I thought.
Oh, that's what Mick said. Starts at SummerSlam. That's right. Yeah. You think Sheamus takes?
I'm going Sheamus because he hasn't won one yet.
Yeah, Sheamus takes the first one, puts Cesaro in the hole. Babyface has to come back.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
So who else is on that card?
What else is on this card?
Is that everybody? I hope I'm not missing anybody.
Is Wyatt on the card?
No, he's not.
He's not on the card? Shit. He's totally getting involved in the championship match then.
Yeah.
He also gave Orton a stare down tonight.
Did
you see that? He might get involved in every SmackDown. He might just say,
he interferes in every SmackDown
every match.
Like, Anarchy! I told you I was a god.
That's how Ava gets the pin because like they're having the match and then Bray Wyatt's dirt thing hits and everyone gets really fucking confused and Ava rolls up Becky. Sorry, Mark. She's pinning Becky Lynch in Bark.
Oh my God. If Ava Marie pins Becky Lynch, oh my God. I need to see this happen now.
Oh man, you want to see the world burn.
Wow.
What else is on this card? Is Alpha on the card? No.
I think that's it.
I feel like we're forgetting 3 matches somehow. Yeah, it's gonna be way too long, folks. I'll say that. It's gonna be a really long show. And I might, oh my God. Do you know my travel itinerary, Tonya? Have you heard what I'm doing this weekend?
Well, I know you're going to a wedding. That's why you can't see Bayley win her second.
I can't see Bayley win her second NXT championship. I know. I'm very disappointed about that. I'm flying out of D.C. Friday to Dubuque, Iowa for a wedding for a friend on Saturday. So I'm missing TakeOver. And I can't skip the wedding because I'm speaking at it, unfortunately. But I am putting in a subtle Bayley reference into it. So I am doing that. And then Sunday morning at 6:30, I'm flying out of Dubuque, getting to Brooklyn in time to make SummerSlam. So I'm going to be running on 0 sleep. Also, keep in mind, I have a piece publishing on Monday that is about Bayley.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to write up the title match, which I don't even know when I'm ever going to watch it. So this is going to be, I might die after this weekend, folks. So get into your applications now to be SmackDown reviewer. I might die of exhaustion.
Just because I thought it was a lovely little go-home show. I gave it a 9 out of 10.
Holy shit! A 9 out of 10.
The only thing I did not like was the Too Many Cooks tag team match.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
David Otunga being John Cena's public commentary. The man did not pipe up. He has not piped up at all until it was time. John Cena has a match. Now he is John Cena's cheerleader. So much so that JBL had to smack him down.
Yeah, right? Seriously.
He was like, calm down.
Fucking David Otunga.
Because he beat me. Not because of all that. Be quiet.
Yeah, not because of all the...
called him a rookie.
Yeah, he called him a rookie. That was pretty good. Yeah, AJ, he started out kind of shaky on commentary, but then he called Otunga a rookie, which was good. And he also said when Cena was doing his 5-knuckle shuffle bit, Styles said, "I hate this so much," or something like that. I wrote it down. I don't know what he said. I hate this. Yeah, and it's just and he also said, "I just want to see John Cena in more pain." He had some good lines. There's some good stuff that he did on that. So yeah. I don't know
what they're heading into SummerSlam, and they made me want to see their main title match. Like they wove in, they even a match that was thrown together on the Go Home show. Like, it is not going to get too much better than this, folks. I'm sorry.
Holy shit! Now that you
not unless they start trading some people, because the
right.
talent is not there.
Like, but they're actually telling stories. Now that you like laid this all out on me, my opinion on this show is like I was just in a mood earlier. I don't know what was going on, but I might give this show a surprisingly high grade. Because yeah, they're doing pro wrestling angles. They're not doing big moments. They like, even if it was small stuff, they made you want to see every match that they're putting forth just a little bit more than you did before the night.
Baron Corbin's not gonna have a chance to assault Kalisto.
Jesus.
SummerSlam.
Oh man.
Because this has to be leading to something. Maybe they'll announce that match later on.
What's the next pay-per-view?
Yeah, I think that was it.
Backlash, huh?
Or is it Backlash or No Mercy?
Backlash and then No Mercy, I think.
Oh,
something like that. I have no idea what's going on. I can't keep this pay-per-view schedule straight anymore. Yeah, Baron Corbin, I hope he does something, and I'm gonna like cry of laughter, and it's all your fault if I see Baron Corbin at SummerSlam. I'm literally gonna be in tears, and everyone around me is gonna be like, "What is wrong with this lunatic?"
I mean, I'm sorry, I could not get that image out of my head. Like Kalisto, I hope Kalisto he can start carrying a whistle or some mace. Something.
Oh boy, yeah, Kalisto, you gotta. Oh man, poor guy.
Yeah.
All right, so SummerSlam's in 5 days, folks. How about that?
And despite the fact that certain things have been lackluster building up to it, I do think it's going to be a good show.
I hope it's a good show.
I hope it is. I didn't really too much care for the one last year. I will say, if Finn Balor and Seth Rollins is the main event, that would be the second year in a row where I don't complete the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, well, I'm going to bed. Because I didn't watch Brock last year. And I'm sorry. Maybe if Finn Balor's against give me something to sink my teeth in, like with Samoa Joe, have a compelling somebody to bounce off of.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
Finn Seth is not.
No.
Not very exciting, to be honest.
There'll be a lot of flippy stuff.
There'll be a ton of flippy shit. There'll probably be a couple. God. There'll be a couple. This is awesome chants, probably.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, I can see a spot in a match right now.
Okay.
Where it's Seth Rollins is gonna kick Finn Balor. Balor is gonna kick him, and then Seth Rollins is gonna kick him, and then it's gonna be like a whole bunch of kick reversals, and then they're both gonna no-sell them and move into the next segment of the
match. I can see that. Yeah.
Write it down.
I feel like that's a guarantee. Like, I wonder if I can.
And then a Pele kick, and then another kick, and then okay, let's go to the Falcons era because that's over with now.
Yeah, Pele kick to Pele kick, and then Seth's gonna do, or not Seth. Finn's gonna do his running drop kick and kick Seth into the corner. Seth's gonna fall. Finn's gonna go up for the coup de grace. Seth's gonna jump up, hit the superplex into the Falcon Arrow, and then Finn is gonna, like, what's he gonna do? Pop out of the Falcon Arrow and hit like a 1916 or a Bloody Sunday or something? I don't know. It's just gonna be just spot, and I'm certain the marks are gonna.
It's gonna be what people thought the Cruiserweight Classic was gonna be.
Right? Yeah, exactly. No psychology, just moves. None at all. Oh boy, shit. Yeah, we need put Brian Kendrick in that match. Shit, that would be interesting.
There'll be some psychology. We
Right?
can't have that.
No, that's too much. That's too much.
Mm.
All right, I
I've
gotta write
enjoyed
this
this
shit.
time.
Yeah, this is
you got to
fun,
write.
folks.
And I've got to scour the internet for more rare Roman Reigns matches.
Yeah, do that. Also, go
watch
Talking Smack because Daniel Bryan's great on that. Him and
All right,
Cena
good night, folks. See you later.
Night, folks.